Yes, ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? We've got Carson on the line. College ball player turned content creator, having massive success, loving your content. What a life you're having. How did you fall in love with basketball in the first place? How did you get into that?
As a kid, I have both my siblings play basketball, so I was around it kind of my whole life. And my brother's 10 years older than me, so he was in high school when I was in elementary. So just going to his games every weekend and watching him play a lot and just be around the game made me kind of fall in love with it. So, yeah.
What did you want to be when you were a kid?
I did a lot of gymnastics and cheerleading and tumbling growing up because my mom is a tumbling teacher. So I was around that a lot growing up. So I feel like I wanted to do something more with like cheerleading and I was not into like basketball at this point. So I think I wanted to do something more along the lines of like competitive cheerleading or like I don't really know, to be honest. I know I want to do something with like sports or just like staying active. But I don't really remember having like a dream job. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I want to be this when I grow up. Like, I don't really recall having one of those. So
Do you feel like you're living your dream right now?
I do actually. And it kind of fell into my lap, which is nice. So yeah.
What was the piece of content that blew up for you? I remember reading that you decided to make like 5 to 7 TikToks a day, and then
Yeah.
bang, it kind of blew up.
I vividly remember one video that did well in the beginning was it was like a trending sound of how basketball players wear their basketball shorts in different types of ways. It was like it was like to the beat of the song, like it was a transition to like a different style of short. Like some people roll them once, some people roll them twice, some people like tuck them in on the side, some people tuck in both sides, and it kind of blew up. So that's like one I remember early on.
How important is it for players to have an eye for content, especially now, if they want to get the biggest contracts, the biggest checks, the biggest deals?
I think it's a really big deal because before, I feel like in college, a lot of people were like, okay, like I kind of shut off my phone during the season. I don't want to be on social media. I kind of want to like focus and lock in. But now it's like very important to stay consistent posting and be I guess as out there as you can on social media because and I know this from experience just talking to my management and agents, it's like they like when looking for NIL deals and looking for athletes, they to promote a company or a brand, like they do want you to have a following. So it's like, yes, you can go to a big school, but if you do have a higher following, it puts you out there more to, get the opportunities to, make more money and do more brand deals and things like that. So I think the more you post and the more you try to grow your following is really big right now because brands are looking for people that can push their content and it's like they're gonna grab the person that has more of a following than someone that doesn't have a following. So
How game changing was the advent of NIL?
so personally I didn't experience NIL because I went to an NAIA school, so I was allowed to make money the second I started doing social media. So this was I think 2 years before NIL was even talked about. Um, but I was around people at the time that did get to experience NIL, and it was life changing for them. And visually seeing it online is crazy. Just because I know how hard athletes work, no matter what level you play in, whether that's D1 or D3, it's a lot of time and effort. And to see people finally get to like, you know, get the payoff of like what they put in is really nice to see.
How was it for you juggling basketball and content creation?
In the beginning, I would say it was pretty hard because I also had a full-time slash part-time job because my school was completely paid for by my basketball scholarship, but my rent and food and everything outside of that was not paid for. So I had a full-time job outside of playing college basketball, and I also played college volleyball. So I had a full schedule. I would go from practice to work work back to workouts, workouts back to work, and then I would go to class and then come back to work and close. So it was definitely hard in the beginning, because I had so much fun creating content, but I was like not making money at the time. So I was like, let me just, my following's growing, but I'm not making money. So I was like, let me just kind of keep pushing it, see where it goes. And once I started to make, some money, I was able to quit my job, my waitressing job, and could do content like full time outside of like basketball and school, obviously. So it was definitely hard in the beginning, but once I got into a rhythm, I like made sure to schedule filming times in between practice. I made sure to like schedule my content so it could post, like if I had practice or something, like I could make sure I still posted every single day. But once I got into a schedule, as an athlete, once you have a schedule, it's like it's pretty easy. So
What was the biggest wow moment for you in terms of huge brands, significant income, a moment where you could say, wow, I can really do this and this could lead to a dream life?
Um, one I can think of is, so I got a teaching degree. I have my education degree in early childhood education. And as we all know, teachers really don't make that much money. But I will say, when I got a brand deal, that was like a yearly teacher's salary. I was like, wow, this is crazy. And I got my degree because that was my passion at the time, but now thinking about it, I know that's not really what I wanted to do. I didn't really want to be a teacher, and I know that I can tell like the teachers that I had in the past that had a passion for it. So I was like, if I don't have the passion for it, I don't want to be a teacher and not give it my all. So I think realizing that like I could make my yearly salary as a teacher, doing one brand deal was very eye opening. And it was just crazy. I was like, wow, like this is real, and I can, I could grind this out and take this so much further. So.
Do you think the fact that you have legit skills, that you're able to go to places that other creators aren't able to go to and resonate more with people who love sport and love cool content?
Yeah, I mean, I think this last year I got to speak for coach on the WNBA red carpet, and I think a lot of athlete creators get a lot of cool opportunities, but I feel like that one was really special for me. And they chose me because I was different and kind of fit the spot to do so. So I thought that was really cool. I got to interview, the first draft pick. I got to interview Paige and Haley Van Lith and a few other of their coach athletes on the carpet. So I thought that was really cool that they saw that in me to go on the red or the orange carpet, I guess, and do so. So
I feel like people have been excited about Paige and her addition to the W way before her arrival. How
yeah.
significant is she in terms of her star power, the X factor, and also her skill set?
I think it goes so much more into like everything else. I mean, obviously, all of those things are important, but she's such a great person off the court too, and has such a great faith with God, and like just really is such a passionate person outside of like basketball. I feel like a lot of athletes are just like it's whatever, But she really is such a great person, and it kind of shows on the court that um, like how she is on the court is how she is in like real life. So I don't know. I think I watched her all through her high school and college career. Obviously, I'm older than her and graduated before her, but just seeing like her fan base and like her supporters online every single day. I scroll my For You page, and it's just people posting her edits and just like supporting her, and it's honestly it's crazy to see. Obviously, we want many more of those to come and keep women's basketball, on the uprise, because that's what we love to see. But I will say she was a game changer for women's sports for sure.
I mean, speaking of game changers, did you feel the ripple effect of Caitlin Clark? Because in terms of the casual fans, I feel like she had everybody talking about basketball. And as a female player, did you also feel that ripple?
Yeah, I would say for sure. I think everybody felt the ripple, and As much as I watched women's sports before, I will say the second that everyone kind of was pushing some of her clips, I guess, at the time, it definitely made me want to watch Iowa specifically more because I wasn't really into Iowa basketball. It's a random team, what, in the Big Ten. But the second that was kind of pushed, it definitely made me watch her and her team a little bit more for sure.
Who do you think has the biggest marriage between great character, being interesting, and also being a great player?
Angel Reese probably with the content. She's really the only, well, or the Stud Buds. I see the Stud Buds a lot too. If you know who they are. They stream on Twitch a lot. I'm trying to think of people who I see like on my For You page organically, and honestly, I don't feel like a lot of people in the W are really like pushing content. I think they post, when they feel like it's organic. But I feel like brand wise, I see Angel doing a lot of great things. I see Paige doing a lot of great things. Just like working with brands consistently and always posting ads or always in a commercial or, like the Victoria's Secret fashion show for Angel. That was crazy, amazing. I would say those two I see the most on social media or just content in general.
If there was a young player who had amazing talent, but they came to you for advice about content and how to represent themselves online, what would you say?
I tell everyone this, whether you're young or older, starting content, um, brand friendly is your best bet. Because companies want to work with people that aren't online, cussing up a storm all the time or, posting clips of people maybe in the club every weekend. I just feel like family content, brand safe content is the best from the beginning. You want to promote yourself as the best person you can be, I guess, which obviously we all cuss here and there, but just not like, you know, promoting things that kids could see on the internet that, their parents probably don't want them to see. So I say brand safe from the beginning is definitely your best bet. Always be yourself. I have had that in my bio since I started doing content. I've had be you in my TikTok bio. I think since day one, my when I created my account in 2018, 2019. And then consistently post in the beginning. 5 videos a day is probably a lot now compared to like when I started TikTok, but I will say consistently posting, whether that's once every single day or 2 times every other day, whatever like fits in your schedule. But I would say consistency is definitely key as well.
Let's say I'm a sportswear giant and I want a 1 minute video from you and one player in the WNBA. Who would it be and what would you be doing?
Oh, so that's a good question. I want to say it would definitely be some type of like dancing video that's just like fun and playful, but a whole minute long video is a lot. I mean,
That's
I
kind of
hate
long. Okay, let's go 20 seconds.
okay, I was going to say I'm trying to think cuz I know a few people in the WNBA like personally, but um I haven't really like met or really interacted with a lot of them as well. So shoot, that's a good question. Honestly, don't know. You put me on the spot.
So we've got dancing and we've got a player.
I'm trying to think who's kind of honestly what both stud buds. That would be an interesting video. Both stud buds. They do that line dance from that it's a new country song. I don't know what it's called. But they at All-Star Weekend when they were streaming for 72 hours, they did it. And I didn't know it at the time, but now I've learned it. So obviously we would do a little, chat in the beginning of the video, but I think a little line dance with the stud buds would be cool. That'd be funny.
I love it. I recently
Yeah.
commentated the Influencers World Cup in football, soccer, and I
Oh,
saw that you played a creator tournament in basketball. How big, we've
yeah.
seen it in boxing as well. How big is the creator sporting competition landscape becoming in your eyes? Are we going to see more and more of that?
I think yeah, I think it's getting bigger every year. The first year that the NBA did the Creator Cup. I was lucky to be invited for the first game, which was super cool. Which was what, 2.5 years ago, maybe three maximum. But the first game to the last game that I've played in with them, which they do two a year now, sometimes three times a year, is definitely like you see they interchange the players, like it's not always the same creators. Most of the creators are the same, but they do always bring in someone that's like really good at basketball. It's always like, wow, like does he play overseas, is he, a pro somewhere? Like they definitely are sprinkling in some bigger creators, sprinkling in some bigger athletes, which is making the competition definitely better, which is cool because you never know which team's going to win, you never know what's going on. But I definitely see this space growing just because all these creators have such a big fan base and support system and love to see these games like in real life. So I can see that growing in the future for sure.
Have you got a favorite piece of content you've ever made?
Um, I guess it's not a piece I made, but it's a piece that I was in. I got to film a Gatorade commercial, which was super cool, and an NFL commercial. And seeing myself on the TV is like crazy. So that's definitely a moment I'll remember forever.
Have you got any hot takes for the WNBA of things, any players to watch or things you see happening?
I don't feel like this is a hot take per se, but I will say I think the viewership is gonna hopefully double this year. I think it's gonna be I think more and more people are gonna watch every single year, hopefully. But I think this year it hopefully it doubles from last year.
It seems to only been going one way, and everybody's getting paid more, so all good
Yeah.
things. And you're contributing to the sport as well, making amazing content, inspiring people. So it's really good to chat to you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you so much.
Respect.